how do we set up frame questions? Frame questions tend to give people a hard time, but I think if we do it this way, you're gonna find it less challenging. So let's start by just saying how do we set it up. There's only two kinds of frame questions. The ones that they give you, they give you something, let's say a picture of 4 by 6, and then they say, okay, now add me a frame around it. That would be one kind. The other kind of question would be to say, hey, here's a whole lot, and I need to divide a lot into like a border of flowers and a garden in the middle. So when you actually create you need to figure out how big the small rectangle is. There's always going to be three shapes: the large rectangle, the small rectangle, and the frame. Of course, the large rectangle is a combination of the small rectangle and the frame, right? Okay, so let's take the first one that I have here for you. If it's 4 by 6, how big is this picture? Well, this picture is 4 by 6, so that's going to be 24 square inches. If on the question they tell me, okay, you know what? I want the frame to be exactly the same area. Okay, so then that's going to be also 24. Perfect. And now, how big is the whole thing? Well, if that's 24 and that's 24, then the rest is 48. Perfect. What if they said, okay, no, this is a 5 by 10. A 5 by 10. No, all right, if it's 5 by 10, then go ahead, fill it in. Do the 3 circles. Stop the video. 5 by 10 would be 50. If it's half, the frame is half, then okay, half of 50 is 25. And the whole thing, well, if it's 50 and 25, then the whole thing is 75. So the large rectangle is 25. On the left side, the large rectangle is 48. On the left side, the small rectangle is 24. On the right side, the small rectangle, it's 50. That's kind of the thing. Maybe they say it's triple. All right, whatever. So let's say this is, I don't know, and I did 6 by 4 already. Let's do 10 by 20. So if it's 10 by 20, same thing. So I know that this 10 times 20 is 200. If it's triple, there's going to be a big frame, and I don't need to change the picture. That's just kind of to hold the numbers. I know it's going to be 600, and therefore the whole thing is 800. That kind of idea is when you build it up. But what happens when it's the other way around? So let's say that now you give you the information on the outside. What if it's like a 30 by 40 lot? And you say, okay, well, I know the whole lot. The whole lot is 30 by 40 is 100 and 20 another 0, so 1200. 1200, all right, great. Well, you know what? I want the inside rectangle and the frame to be the same. Okay, if it's 1200 altogether, they need to add up to 1200, so that's 600 and 600. Yeah, that makes sense. Or what if they say, oh no, this is a 20 by 50. Okay, so the whole thing is going to be 1,000. And they say, okay, but this is the tricky one. But I want the frame to be twice as big as the inside. And you're like, oh crap. So this is twice as big. This is times 2. This is times 1. I kind of have 3 parts. I need to break up 1,000 into 3 parts and put 2 parts here and only 1 part there. Now, unfortunately, I picked numbers that are not going to work out very nicely, but 1,000 divided by 3 is 333. So we're going to have, I'm going to erase this. So 1/3, this would be 1/3. Write it, 1/3. This would be 2/3. Figured out the numbers, that's going to be like 6, 6, 6, and 3, 3, 3. And those are your numbers. That's just how you figure out the areas. On the next video, I'll show you how to set up actually the equation.